Hey y'all. Um, as you can see, I'm starting dreads. I started with long hair, so I had to help twist them a little bit. And finally, they're locking. I decided to do a video today. Um, Today being the 4th of January. Um, I have struggled with, dealt with, wrestled with, however you want to say it, depression and anxiety for 32 years. I had my first child at 16, my second at 17, and my third at 19. Um, Thank God, I got married. My mother told me I had to marry. Um, Married a soldier we met in high school. Um, and we were a good team. We raised our children. Um, and we've now parted ways. But anyway, I've suffered with depression. I shouldn't say suffered, because it's been a blessing and a curse for me. Um, I've dealt with depression and anxiety and mental health issues from the time that I was 16. Um, the way I look at it is all of my childhood stuff, that the abuse, the mental, physical, emotional, spiritual abuse that I suffered as a child, kind of caught up with me. But I've always been this sort of person who will do for others what I will not do for myself. So in my mind, my children were not going to turn out. We're not going to become statistics. I hate to say it. That sort of what's the I don't like to use the language, but people understand what that means. So I had three beautiful human beings, and we raised three beautiful human beings. Flawed human beings, I mean, have their stuff, but they are taking care of themselves, and all of them have significant others. Um, all are married or about to marry. Um, Grandchild, woohoo! um, but I did so much better when I was thinking of the children. You have to teach your children. You have to guide them. You have to educate them. Ended up going into the Army Reserve at 30 to get money for college, because I had also wanted to better myself, and I didn't want to have to be dependent on their father at the time. And it, in relationships, especially in relationship with two broken people, um, stuff happens. So I'm not going to act like an angel in the situation, but there was always the threat that, you know, I'm taking care of you. You're going to do what I need you to do when it came to that, if it came to that. Most of the time we worked as a team and sort of thing, and that's a whole nother story. I am so surprised at how well my cat is doing right now. One of my cats, Velvet, the big black fat one. She's very portly. Wish I could show her to you, but I don't want to show pictures in my house. And so if I turn around, and I'm surprised Cheyenne hadn't showed up, because she's the nosy one. She's the one that feels like she needs to take care of all issues. So I'm surprised her face is not right up there next to mine, and I have to just, whatever happened to baby Jane, her behind, and put her in a room. um, but anyway, um, went to into the Army at 30. The children at the time, of course, were um, 14, 13, and 12. I had guilt issues surrounding that. I had guilt issues because when me and my husband first broke up, divorced for the first time, we married again. um, I had guilt issues surrounding that. But anyway, dealt with depression since then, since I was 16. I always looked at it as my childhood issues caught up with me, and you know, and they didn't catch up with me. They didn't beat me. During the time I was striving and making sure, wanting to make sure that my children were, successful and that I could take care of myself and that sort of thing. It caught up with me, frankly, when the children were self-sufficient. I had divorced. Um, I had no significant other, um, and it was just me. It's just me and the demons. And I'd been admitted to the hospital, I would say about 4 times in this journey. Um, I spoke about a young rapper, XXX Tentacion, um, in one video, uh, regarding people calling him treating him as if he was some sort of monster or a demon. Um, and that's a whole nother subject for another time. Um, I've been in as an inpatient, and I have to go in as an inpatient because I'm not functioning. I'm not brushing my teeth, not washing my face, I'm not showering. I don't get out of bed unless I have to use the bathroom or get water. Um, my house is a hot, holy mess, a holy hot mess. Um, and I'm just basically committing passive suicide. I always say I would never commit suicide, um, because what is here on this side will be waiting for me on the other side. I have had a lot of spiritual experiences that prove to me that there is another world than this. There are other worlds than these, as Stephen King says, and I believe it's one of a part of the Gunslinger series. There are other worlds than these, and so I'm making this video today to talk to people who have that battle, the journey, the blessing, the curse of depression and anxiety, to just kind of just say, just share what the hell it is I go through on a daily basis. As I said, now I work 7 days on and 7 days off, which is not the best schedule for me. And night shift, oh no, it's very unhealthy. Because I have 7 days off. What I've just learned, strangely enough, I've just learned that my 7 days on are the healthiest thing for me. Even though, and that has started because I've been doing a lot of, I started doing a lot of deep spiritual work when I went into the Army around 30 something, because when I went through basic training, I did not have depression or anxiety. We were going like most of the all day long, and we would get like they were put, of course, sleep deprivation. They break you down to build you back up. As a 30-year-old, that didn't work too good for me because I was already set in my ways, but I was pretty successful because I'm a natural kind of go getter type of person if I'm doing it for someone else. Um, But I've been doing a lot of deep spiritual work, the power of now, Eastern philosophies, a lot of sitting in your pain, a lot of being the watcher, a lot of um, feeling your emotions without giving it the story, um, fully feeling what you feel without being angry without being angry that you're angry, being depressed without being depressed that you're depressed. Um, in other words, process an emotion. I had a lot of it to process because as a child, I was taught that I was not supposed to be anything, do anything, not by my mother, but by people, or my father, but by people around me, the family members that were, especially on my mother's side, it was as if, how dare you think that you could be anything? You black, ugly, this, that, black, black, black. I was the ugliest thing to ever come up on earth. And when I sang, just how dare you be academically successful? So what I deal with my depression, I have dealt with. I've had breakthroughs recently, but what I've dealt with is mostly the realization that I am, I don't think much of myself at all. I loathe myself, and I will not do for myself. And then I compound that with the guilt of not having a clean room, or not brushing my teeth that day, or just being in the bed all day long. And just how dare you, Trisha? And here comes the berater in the brain. Oh my God, you are just worthless. You should just, what are you worth? What have you done? I mean, your children don't need you. No one needs you. You don't do anything for anybody on this earth. It's just a nonstop beating. And so here comes the anxiety, and then I'll sit and watch the same show over and over and over again, over and over and over again, because it's soothing, but the pain is still there in the background that I'm not dealing with. And that pain cripples me. And lately I had a breakthrough. Because I am, had been calling into work because I would get up and I would have these panic attacks like, I can't do this, I can't do this. And the first breakthrough I had was like, if you go there and your breath is smelling all to hell and to be damned, go to work. I don't care if you are funky as the day is long. I don't care if you smell like hell. Take your ass to work. Okay? That's one thing I did not realize is what I was telling myself is take care of yourself. You got to have a place to stay. You got to have clothes to wear. You got to have food to eat. This is non-negotiable. Okay? So if you want to slowly die, go ahead, but we ain't gonna do it on the street. You can't deal. The people are draining as hell on me as it is, and to be out there on the street and people passing by doing shitty stuff to you, oh, nah, that wasn't gonna happen. So had to get that together. Then it occurred to me, you know why you have these panic attacks before you go to work? You give a fuck what these people care, what these people think of you. You care more about what they think of you than what you think of yourself. So how about you say fuck them? Especially the ones that go out of their way because they're miserable themselves, that go out of their way to try and make your life miserable, and you give them zero fucks. That was a big breakthrough for me. People hate me in the morning when they come in the morning. Now I'm just totally so happy because I understand that when I'm working, I'm feeling productive, I'm being productive. I am much healthier when I'm around people and when I'm doing and moving, as opposed to laying in the bed and berating my own self. So that's another breakthrough I had. And I'm not talking about a head thing where in your head you should be doing something. But when you get it with your heart and your mind and your soul all together are on one page, here's Cheyenne now. She's coming to check out. Okay, excuse me. You know, I don't know what this is right here. Come here, Cheyenne. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. So the people can see you. Here she is. She's checking. Look at the camera. Okay. Yeah, she has to come and check to make sure. Okay, now have I approved this? What is this about? First of all, you're not generally in this location. I need to police this whole situation. um, but yeah. So when I started not to give, literally, honestly, from the depths of my heart, if I had to work, I would not be able to give a fuck about what anybody thought about what I did and how I did it at work. Trisha, you forgot to put your initials here. Yeah, you got to remember that. You know, using that opportunity to make you feel small because you forgot to put initials there. And then I would take that beating, and then I would add another beating, like, you know, the teacher whips your ass at school, and then you come home and your parent whips your ass. Well, that's how I would whip my ass all night long, because they would put it in such a way as, you know, oh, who does that? As if they never make mistakes. And I'm in Montgomery, Alabama, so you know you got racist Trump bitches walking up to you talking about, so you forgot to put your initials here. Just joyful. Oh, thank God, I got her on something. And I was like, you're giving these people power over you? That stops now. Now, this is not, I'm not saying this as if this is something you can do overnight. I realize this is the result and fruit of 30, 20 some odd years. Teens, you know, almost 20 some odd years of spiritual work. I'm just saying, bitch, I forgot to put the initial. Oh, Donna, did I forget? Okay, here we go. All right. Well, next, I know what I obviously I know I'm supposed to put my initials there, because most nights, my initials, most mornings you see my initials there. We're not gonna sit here and have an in service regarding putting some damn initials on some papers. So I'm gonna be firm and assertive right now and say I already know I'm supposed to put my initials. I'm certain you've forgotten to do some things in the past also. If you would, I have to get back to work. This is the busiest part of the morning. And then genuinely don't give a fuck how she treats you from then on and out. That's not my problem. Your attitude towards me is not my problem. Now, if I walk up to you and punch you in your face, I am responsible. If you walking around trying to make me feel some sort of way because you feel like shit, I'm not going to help you in that endeavor. Bitch, move along. Okay? So, I guess I would say in this particular installment of the Depression Diaries, I'm making a lot of progress in what seems like a short amount of time, because of a lot of spiritual work over the years. And in the future diaries, I'll share books, techniques I've used over the years. I do recommend Eckhart Tolle. Some people pronounce it Tolle, I pronounce it Tolle. Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. In managing your emotions, not even managing your emotions, but allowing your emotions to exist without thinking that you have to nurse them, check them out, explain them, turn them over like a shiny object of some kind, inspect them, give them a story and a life. You don't have to give your emotions a life. Let them die a natural death. Let them come and let them go. Now that sounds very simple. It's not. Extremely complicated. But the fact that I'm doing this video and I just got off work. And usually I get off work, take off my scrubs and get into something comfortable and then get into the bed. I don't brush my teeth. I don't shower. I'm sure people are horrified, but I know there are some people who understand exactly what I'm saying and are functioning the best they can. The fact that I'm functioning, I do have a job, and I'm not out on the street is a something that's a practice that I've been doing lately. Feeling grateful for what I have. I'm grateful that I have a job. Sometimes I just have to go do a quick toothbrush, quick wash up in that basin, throw on some wrinkle scrubs, and go on, put this hair up in a knot. Put the hair on up. Oh, look at that. That's an instant facelift. Oh, my goodness. What? Um, Put this hair up in that knot and hit the road. But most of all, I remember that I am a human being. I am fallible. And I am precious and unique. And I do have something to contribute to this world. I might not see it, especially in that fog of depression and in that doom of anxiety. I may not see what my value is, but I have value. And so do you. So that's my first installment of the depression dialogues or depression monologues or the depression hooly, whatever. I'm so proud. I'm sitting up here with my hair looking like this, these glasses on, and I'm about to post this video looking just like this too. But, I'm looking forward to the day where I can have that full face of makeup and I'm looking all beat and the video is all clear and cute and whatnot. Okay, all right, Trisha. But until then, I'm gonna be in this role with this hair looking just like this, with these glasses on, and I threw on some lipstick for y'all. So, I mean, what more do you want? Until next time.